how long would you say that you've been using just text to speech?
So we've been using text to speech in our program for probably about 7 or 8 years. We began to be more intentional about assessing the accessibility of our online courses at about that time. We were aware that we had students with a variety of needs, whether they required special education accommodations or we have pockets in our school district where there are high concentrations of students who are English language learners.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, because we knew that students needed to take an online course for graduation, and we knew that often we were the only school that offered some specific courses in our district, we really felt a sense of responsibility to make sure that the technology wasn't a barrier for our learners and that our doors were as open as they could be. So using a tool like text-to-speech allowed us to support the needs of students who needed or learned best when text was read aloud. And we also found along the way that students who were just struggling readers, who weren't identified for specific supports, appreciated the opportunity to have text read to them to make sure that they were comprehending all of the material.
Would you say that you've utilized the tool differently now versus pre-COVID?
Absolutely. We, in Florida anyway, we were a little bit of an outlier because we began planning for instructional continuity nearly a month before any of our surrounding districts. We began thinking about what would happen if we needed to close and taking inventory of our content, our tools, and really trying to make the best decision about how to support a system of 77,000 students and nearly 5,000 staff members. And one of the interesting things was that we really felt that the web reader portion of ReadSpeaker not only was a solid tool for us to, again, support special education and English language learners, but we had to really bring on almost 40,000 elementary school students. And so knowing that we could use that tool to read aloud text to them, because they, many of them are developing readers, they haven't quite tipped the balance from learning to read to reading to learn. We felt like that was going to be an important piece of what we could offer our families, because we recognized that we were going to encounter parents who weren't used to supporting online learning, were working from home, or supporting multiple students learning at home. And so the ability to have young learners have the screen read to them so that then they could engage in instruction, we felt left us in a little bit more solid place and helped us feel better about the plan that we were developing in that period.